Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today it's Saturday and it's January the 29th, 2022. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to extend to you a warm welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information on this channel to be informative. And if you're a return viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets. So you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. And our story today takes us to Fort Bragg here in North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, Fort Bragg soldier charged with murder in South Carolina. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. It was this past Tuesday we found out that a soldier from Fort Bragg was charged with murder in South Carolina. The story has received very little attention here from the home newspapers. It was briefly mentioned and that was it, but it has dominated the news in South Carolina as well as in some of the other major news outlets, and I also saw it recorded in the Army Times. So let me tell you what's been said. According to reports, this incident happened in broad daylight on last Sunday in an open field along a major highway in South Carolina, identified as Highway 9 West and Pine Needles Drive. From the pictures shown here, it identifies the location and it does not appear as this area is very heavily populated. Seems like most of what you see is vegetation, a few buildings, but primary vegetation. And this is what has been reported about the incident. Police reports say on the afternoon of Sunday, January the 23rd at approximately 1:30 p.m., police were called to an area identified along Highway 9 West and Pine Needle Drive in South Carolina in response to reports of a shooting in an open field. And the city where this all took place was in the city of Longs in South Carolina. Upon arriving at the scene, at the location, officers were greeted by several witnesses who were pointing into the open field. As an officer walked around a canal and onto the field, the officer reported hearing what sounded like another gunshot ringing out. A woman at the scene had a gun, and the police report says the officer gave loud and clear command for her to drop the gun, at which time it appeared that the woman cleared the chamber of the weapon, tossed it to the ground, then immediately dropped to her knees, placing her hands behind her back. She was taken into custody while another officer checked on the victim. The officer in his report indicated at that point it appeared the victim had been shot several times and appeared to be deceased, and the coroner did confirm that the victim was indeed shot multiple times and was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim was identified as 21-year-old Erica Fisher, also called Dee Dee, a resident of Fayetteville here in North Carolina. Very little information has been posted about her, but I saw on the National Gun Violence website that it indicates that she's a mother of one child. The person arrested at the scene is this woman right here. She is 22-year-old Unique Demisa Weathers, a Fayetteville, North Carolina resident, who reports say is a native of Columbia, South Carolina. A spokesperson from Fort Bragg has confirmed that Weathers is an active duty Army specialist working as a military police and assigned to the 503rd Military Police Battalion, the 16th Military Police Brigade. A specific relationship between Weathers and the victim was not disclosed, but it does appear that they knew each other and there allegedly must have been some type of altercation taking place on that deserted highway in that open field. It was also reported that a portion of whatever was going on was being streamed live on Facebook, although the actual shooting was not captured. Weathers is charged with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime in the death of 21-year-old Erica Fisher. The arrest warrant states she did with malice a forethought shoot and kill the victim. It also states this was known through witness statements as well as forensic and physical evidence, and she currently remains in the city of Longs, their detention center, where it does not appear that she has had a bond hearing. This is just another senseless killing, senseless. She knew what she was doing. She fired the gun, she fired it, she emptied it, she cleared the chamber, she set the gun down, allegedly all, and then put her hands behind her back as she knelt on the ground and waited for them to come in and take her into custody. But there is definitely a need to address something very toxic that appears to be taking place among soldiers at Fort Bragg. It appears that whatever is going on has resulted in the murders of 3 young African American women, all at the hands of active duty soldiers stationed at Fort Bragg. And this has happened within the last 8 months. So let me refresh your memory. In May of 2021, Army Specialist Kelia Horton was gunned down by another soldier, Specialist Tierra Nicole Vincent, and this all happened in broad daylight in a Fayetteville driveway of a mutual acquaintance. And Vincent remains in jail, charged with first-degree murder. And in October 2021, we learned that a woman who was 33 weeks pregnant was murdered by a military service member and left on the side of the road. She was shot and left on the side of a Georgia highway to die. Both she and her unborn child died as a result of the injuries. The woman was Akelia Ware, and the person who killed her was the boyfriend, 30-year-old Alonzo Dargan Jr., her married boyfriend, I might say. So he already had a family and was expecting a child by his girlfriend, so he ran her down on the interstate and killed her, and they were able to track him down in Fayetteville, where they found the car used in the accident. He's now in jail, facing 2 counts of murder. And now we have another murder witnessed not only by passersby on a highway, but also by a police officer. And that soldier is also in jail facing murder. 3 murders by active duty soldiers within the past 8 months. And surprisingly, have you noticed a trend? 2 out of the 3 murders were conducted by women. 2 of those women are now being charged with murder. But this is going to be something the Fort Bragg leadership needs to address. I hope the media will take this video, build on it, and ask those tough questions of the Fort Bragg leadership. Violence among women are taking place. 3 murders of 3 women plus an unborn child by Fort Bragg active duty soldiers. What are they going to do about it? We need answers. And that's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And by all means, feel free to like and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.